Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So today's topic is that what kind of computer or laptop we need to make the games by using Unreal Engine. So let's talk about the processor first. What kind of processor we need to make games by using Unreal Engine? Let's see. We need I suggest you to take a Ryzen 5 1600 processor, but you can take any of the Ryzen 5 processor or Intel i5 processor you can take, but you have to see the gigahertz, what kind of speed it have. I suggest you to take the your it is must to take the 2.5 or above speed gigahertz of your processor. So after that, let's talk about the graphic card, the main part of our system that give graphics to our game. So let's see. I suggest you to take a 4 GB graphic card, but you can also take a 2 GB graphic card. So about you can take any graphic card by seeing your budget. After that, let's talk about the RAM. What kind of RAM we need to make games? As in the game development, there is the we have to do the multitasking. So in the multitasking, we have to make the models, we have to create sounds for a game, and more. There are so many things to do. So I suggest you to take at least 16 GB RAM. At least 16 GB RAM you have to take. But if you are using Unreal Engine and you have a 16 GB RAM, I suggest you to use Blender for the modeling if you are doing. Otherwise, you can, if you are having more than 16 GB RAM, you can use 3ds Max, Maya, and more. So after that, let's talk about our storage. So what kind of storage we need? The storage that we need is you have to take 120 or 240 GB SSD. To only in a SSD you have to store only your operating system and your Unreal Engine. You can take 120 gigabyte or 240 gigabyte storage, but after that for our backups and other files we are taking a 2 TB hard disk. We are taking a 2 TB hard disk for our backup of games and other files. We are taking the 2 TB hard disk. So this is the specifications of your Unreal Engine. And now let's talk about the specifications of Unity Engine. Let's see the about the Unity Engine. What are the specifications or requirements of Unity Engine? The requirements or specifications of Unity Engine are: we need a same processor. We need a dual core. We need a dual core processor more than 2.5 or 2.5 gigahertz. So same processor we are taking in the Unreal Engine, same we can use in our Unity. But if you are using a personal version, so you do not need any of the graphic card. But if you are using a plus you are using a pro plus or pro version that provides graphics, so you need at least a 2 GB graphic card. Otherwise you didn't need the graphic card. And what kind of RAM? We need a 8 GB RAM. It is sufficient for our game. So after that, we need only 8 GB RAM stick, only one 8 GB RAM stick. So it is sufficient. 8 GB RAM stick is sufficient. After that, let's talk about our storage. We need a 120 GB SSD to store our software, to store our engine, Unity Engine, and our OS. And after that, we need a 1 TB or 2 TB hard disk to store our backup files and more. So these are the requirements or the specification for your system to use the Unreal Engine and the Unity Engine. So if you want to learn game development, so subscribe the channel, and if you like the video, please give the thumbs up.